And our apps and stuff like that all can be rebranded, because I know that most banks like to have their own branding rather than someone else's name on it. So that's just an easy thing for us to do. The branding is not a problem, as far as white labeling or branding you want to call it. That's that.
Esto es muy importante, porque como ustedes venden los servicios a los bancos, les podemos poner el logo de quien quiera, ¿no? O sea, no tiene que ser el de Prosa, no tiene que ser el de ValidVoice. Es poner todos los colores, logos, todos personalizados a los bancos miembros, ¿no?
Yes.
Any questions about what you heard? And if not, I can actually show you how it works.
I think this part is very clear,
right?
But I think the most important or interesting part is that we can, if you can show us that the demo.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Can I get you, because I don't have internet connection? No. No. Keep your laptop. I'll take this off. Plug it in yours. And bring up a browser, and I'll show you.
Nada más con los consentidos, dice.
Es que antes, la verdad, in the past, the Wi-Fi was very good, but I don't know what happened, what changed nowadays, but nowadays it's terrible.
Let's see, let's hope it works. But after that, I'll type in here, hang on.
But in the past, maybe we can went in the bathroom at you
can see your
YouTube. So if you get a browser and go to that website. The website comes up. So here is one of our. I'll wait until this is done so I can use this laptop.
Esta es una demostración en vivo.
Okay.
Este es un ambiente en vivo, no es.
So this is one of our portals, right? So to log in, what you do is just click on the login button. Your network is fairly slow, but what I'm going to do is I will just grab my app on the phone, right? And so the app is going to ask me for 2 questions, like I said before. It'll ask me for my phone number, and it'll show me 4 numbers, and I got to repeat the 4 numbers, and that's it, right? So what I'll do is I'll grab my app, I'll turn on the camera. 402-516-4224. 8328.
In your screen is done.
And it's done. It's logged in.
Aquí fue un poco más.
Now, what is asking me here is on my screen. It's telling me whether I want to pair it. Okay, so I can pair it. So, for example, if it's my own laptop and my own phone, so I don't have to scan the QR code. I can actually pair the two to my phone, the devices.
For example, this is we can use in case of the digital one.
Right. Absolutely.
Appear the QR and you put in your cell phone, and after that you can repeat So
But
it's a simple. But if you think about logging in there, how simple that was.
Yes.
Right? I mean, think about that is faster than typing a user ID and a password and remembering it.
Can we do it again?
Sure. Yeah. Can you sign off?
Log off.
Log off.
Just to show you, and I want to show you guys another thing.
See, if you don't have the cell phone.
If you don't have the cellular phone or whatever, or you are sick or
you
whatever,
can click on here and revert back to a regular user ID and password.
User ID and password.
Right, so you can go that road if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you click on here again, Voxit and login. So I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my phone. I'll scan that QR code because I did not pair it before, right? It'll ask me for 2 questions, tell my phone number, and I got to do this because I can't see. And it will show me 4 numbers on the screen that I got to read, and it will log you in. So I'll turn the camera on, and I'll see this. 402-516-4224, 7686. That should come up. It's done.
Es lento.
And it just came and said it's done? And then it'll come up.
La red está
Y por
lenta.
la red.
Ajá.
Oh, access denied. I must have said the wrong number. Can you refresh that again?
Maybe it's
No, I just said the wrong number. Let me get my glasses.
que no les
Let me get my glasses. This is better. All right, we'll try it now.
That some biometrics didn't work.
Yes. Exactly. So I'll start the app again. Four zero two 516-4224, 4122.
I have a question.
Sure.
How it's worked that part in the, if for example, in a
It's not
call
enough.
center?
Okay.
Right? So it's as simple as that.
In a call center?
Yeah, because I saw in your presentation that the benefit of this part is that it's omni-channel.
Right,
Exactly.
yes. So
How do you use this
what I will do is, so that's, and it just asked me to pair again, right? So it says,
Okay.
so if it's my own device, because that's your laptop and my phone, so I won't pair it, but if it's mine, I can pair it, and the next time I don't have to scan the QR code, it'll actually show up on my app saying I can sign on,
Okay.
right? And I'll show you the call center in a minute here, how that works. I'll call our call center from my phone, right? So if you click on proof of concepts here, and call center demo.
No era preparada.
That's
You was not prepared.
it. So this is just a call center we have that we built,
Okay.
right? Now you gotta remember this is built for the US, so we ask for social security number and all that. This is all changeable, right? The data is changeable. So when I call my call center, it's gonna ask me, because I'm actually talking to an IVR, it'll ask me 3 questions. It'll ask me for my name, my phone number, and my last 4 of my social security. That's the way we built this, just for demo, right?
But it can be changed.
Again, none of it's fixed. No, that's not fixed. That's just
Uh-huh.
we need some questions to ask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you. And then what I'll do first is I'll be myself, right?
Yeah.
And then I will be someone else, and I'll show you what happens. So let me call the call center. It just takes a while to connect to the US because this is in the US.
Y esto es solamente el dashboard de la prueba de concepto. Esto puede.
Damien Di Rosario. Four zero two 516-4224. Nine 611. So it's going to go with
Wait, while we confirm your identity. Your identity has been confirmed. Please wait while I transfer you to an operator who can help you with your...
right. So it's actually done in the IVR, but you'll see what happens here, and I'll show you the next call. So it actually comes up verified caller, but it actually identified, right? So in a call center, you have to do 2 things. One is do the identification, and the second is do the identity verification, right? So there's 2 functions. You identify and then verify the identity, right? So it's done both because it's identified, it knows who I am, but it also says it's a verified caller. So again, this type of information can be changed. This is just how we built it because we don't have a call center, so we kind of built what we thought was cool. Can you close that box and you hit that X? So this time I'm actually going to, so you know that in your call, because you guys have call centers, right?
Yeah.
If you call your call center and the wrong person gives the right information, the operator does not know it's the wrong person, right? They don't know, right? If I called you, I bank with JP Morgan Chase, and I know the questions they're going to ask. If I call them now and wrote down all the answers, and one of you guys talk to them, they will not know who it is. They will give you the information because they're going off information, right? So what I'm going to do this time when I call them, I'm going to actually give the correct information of someone else, but I'm the wrong person, right? And I'll show you what happens. It just takes a couple of seconds to connect again. Let's go in direct. Timothy Nerovsky. 402-885-3430. Five 573.
Please wait while we confirm your identity. We cannot identify you through this automated system. Please wait while we transfer you to an operator for further assistance.
Right? But what it'll do is it'll actually show that you can actually identify, right? So it can identify me in this situation, right? Now I can try again. It obviously didn't understand something I actually said, because what it'll do is if it understood some other information I said, it will actually say it's a fraudulent caller. So I can try it again and see whether I can actually make it understand some of the information. Maybe I pronounced the name slightly wrong. So let me try again. Can you close this window? Timothy Nerovsky. Four 885-3430.
Para los mismos bancos van con los call centers.
5573. See what it says this
We're
time.
having trouble identifying you. Please wait while I transfer you to an operator for further assistance.
So this time it actually identified me, right?
Yeah.
Because I said the name, everything correctly. So it did an identification, but it can't verify my identity. So it actually said possible fraud detected, right? So I'm giving the exact same information, the correct way that it knows the information is correct, because it actually this time it pulled up my data. But it knows that I'm not the right person still. So from a fraud perspective and from an identification perspective, you know, it takes that one next level, that it actually not only just gets the information, because the first time obviously I didn't probably say the name properly, because that's a hard name to pronounce, so it didn't think that I said the right thing, so he didn't get any information. But the second time I got it closer, so it actually said, oh well, he did say the right name, phone number, and social security, but he's still not the right person, so it actually comes back with that.
And it does not close the door. It just
Well, now what you can do with this is we can route that call to maybe a different queue. So because you in your call center you will have a queue that has your regular operators, right?
Yes.
The ones that are the paid, the lowest amount of money, but they just don't have service. Then you'll have your fraud teams or your teams that have more experience, more management experience or whatever it is. So you can take that call and route it to them and go, hey, there's a problem here. Because the right information, wrong person, can you identify them? So they can go through more checking or whatever they got to do. But you find that most of the time when this happens, people will hang up the phone because they go, I just got found out, right? So the other thing we can do is then we can start building blacklists too, right? We can start building blacklists. So now the blacklist, the one thing with the blacklist is we can't have a million people on a blacklist. It doesn't work if it's not efficient. Right? But if you have one person, or say not one, but say 50 to 100, 200 people that we know are regularly trying different things, we can knock them off very early with using a blacklist also.
To build this blacklist, you receive the phone number, what data you receive to detect the possible fraud?
the possible fraud.
No, from this you mean? It's not detecting anything. Because my phone number is not the one I call from, so it doesn't matter. I can call from your phone, and it'll do exactly the same thing. It actually is using my speech. It's not using anything from the device.
Aquí lo que pasó es que dijo la información correcta, el nombre de teléfono, pero la voz no.
Sí, exacto.
So it's only
ya lo
using
había
my
hecho en la
speech.
primera ocasión, y
Ajá.
nada más apareció un
desconocido,
Ajá.
porque ahí se equivocó
En el
en
nombre.
el nombre, no lo pronunció bien.
Ah.
Entonces ahí no fue ni la información correcta ni la voz correcta.
So it's not using anything from my device. So if I picked up your phone and called, it'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not using what they call ANI, the actual phone number,
Yeah.
caller ID.
Estaban relacionados.
Sí, exacto. Ya.
Ujú.
Es que en la primera no me quedaba claro, entonces fue una mala pronunciación o
Exacto.
un dato incorrecto al momento de mencionar el nombre.
Es que con ese apellido, ¿quién no se equivoca?
Because this is actually live. This is a copy of our live system,
Yeah.
right? So it actually works just like the live system. It's just the live system has customer data in it, so we don't demo with that. But if you want to, I can show. I mean, this has a lot of all the auditing, all the data that we log about who's doing what, how much speech we got. All that is actually available through this portal. And if you have it on premise or in the cloud, you'll have access to the similar portal if you need to for doing research, for doing problem solving, whatever it is that you're trying to do too. So it's a transaction log basically that tells you what everyone's doing and what they're doing and how they're getting through the system. So what do you guys think? It is an easy way for every customer, right? It's a simple way. If you're a customer, if you take yourself out, I always tell people, and I look at it this way. I'll tell you how this whole thing came about. Not the biometric, we didn't have the biometric for quite a while. But the way we started using it as a password only has been done in probably the last maybe 14, 16 months. And this really happened to me. I was at, do you know what Mutual of Omaha is? It's a fairly big insurance company in the US. It's a top 5, it's like 5th in the Fortune 500, it's the 5th biggest company in the world, right? I was in there doing a demo of the biometric, and I had one of my salespeople there, and they're like, "Oh, can you show them the portal?" And I got to the portal, and I couldn't remember my password. and I sat there for a while, and I'm like, "Oh, God." And that's when it dawned on me, we're a biometric company, why am I using a password? Because I forgot, there was no way, so I couldn't show them the portal that day. But all I did is, as soon as I got out of the building, I got in my car, and I called my tech lead, and I go, "Why do we have to use a password?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "We are a biometric company, we've got to figure a way out. I forgot my password, and I couldn't do the demo because I just couldn't get in the system. Why is this?" And that's how it actually started, because you actually start thinking about it, and you go, you know what? As a consumer, if you take yourself out of your position here at ProSAR, and you look at it from a consumer, how easy it is to get, right?
Yes.
You walk up to your bank, you walk in, you go to the portal, you call them, you're doing the same thing. Everyone knows their phone number. And very few people forget their own phone number. It's just one known thing that you just say. It's a simple process.
And it doesn't have to be the phone number.
It can be anything you want.
Anything you want.
And we, again, like I said, did a lot of these demos. When we build a demo, we had to build something that we think is usable. That's why we have social security number, which I know you don't have here, right? But so we do that kind of thing. But
And